Now, let me ask you something. You ever seen or met someone famous? You ever a moment where you see maybe someone you look up to or a movie star or someone really famous, and what happens? Like, oh, you just can't believe it, right? Oh, wow, look at, and then, your heart maybe starts puttering a bit, maybe your hands get sweaty, your palms get sweaty, you're like, I can't believe, look who's here. I had a moment like that a number of years ago. Sonia and I were in Israel, and we were traveling around Israel, and we had a chance to finish touring the Yad Vashem. This is the Holocaust museum in Israel that speaks of the atrocities that have been taken place against the Jewish people. If you ever have a chance to go, it's amazing. You should take some time to walk through that. It really brings perspective. And we went through that, and it was a powerful moment. And then we had got out a little earlier. There were some other people on the tour, and they were still in there. We got out at the end, and we came out, and we went and sat down against the wall, waiting for the others to finish so we could head back to our hotel. And we're sitting against this wall, and we're just kind of sitting, talking a bit. It's warm out, and looking at our phones, just watching around. I'm watching people come out of the museum, and I see this one family come out. This family comes out of the museum, and I'm kind of noticing, there's something different about this family because they have their own tour guide, and about 5 or 6 of them. And I'm sitting against a wall, and they come and they stop about 3 feet from me and my wife Sonia as we're sitting there. And I'm looking up at them, and I'm looking at the father of this group, and I'm going, I know that guy. And all of a sudden, I realize who it is. And my heart starts to kind of go a little faster. I'm like, oh, I can't believe it. It's who it is. It's him. I'm positive it's him. And I turn to my wife and I go, hey, look at this family. And she goes, yeah. Do you know who that is right there? No, that's Joe Montana. And she goes, who? And I'm like, oh. I don't have time to explain to her who he is. I mean, this guy is one of the greatest NFL quarterbacks of all time. Won 4 Super Bowls with the San Francisco 49ers. 3 of those Super Bowls, he was the MVP, broke a bunch of different records. And above all this, you know what his nickname was? Joe Cool. This is Joe Montana. And I'm sitting there going, oh, I can't believe I'm in the presence of Joe Montana. And I'm trying to figure out, how can I get his autograph? But I'm thinking, it's probably not the best place, at a Holocaust museum to be asking for an autograph. So I kind of got my phone out. I'm trying to get a picture. And he kind of looks over at me, and he realizes I know who he is. And he kind of gives me a nod, and I nod back. And the rest of the day, I'm telling everybody, hey, guess who I met? Well, I didn't really met. Guess who I saw? Guess who nodded at me? Joe Montana. And here I am in Israel where Jesus walked, and here I was at the feet of Joe Montana. Figure that one out. I thought about that later. I think how easy it is to be so enamored by people of the world. So easy to be caught up in the presence of celebrity. And here I was in Israel, of all places, touring the place where Jesus himself ministered and walked. And in that moment, I totally forgot about where I was and what I was there for. And see, this is the truth in all our lives. We get so sidetracked so quickly. We can get so off guard, whether our circumstances or whatever it be. But let me tell you, Revelation, the book of Revelation, wants you to understand who Jesus is. And the book of Revelation wants to continue to remind you of who he is and how great he is. See, listen, when you begin to understand the message of Revelation and how it's all about Jesus Christ, listen, your heart should begin to, beat heavily. Your palms should get sweaty. You should be, I can't believe it. I can't believe how great and awesome Jesus is as you begin to see him in all his splendor. And John paints for us a picture of Jesus in the colors of God himself. As you begin to read through this book, you're going to see how amazing he is. See, this is not Jesus in the manger. This is not Jesus being beaten. This is not Jesus dying on a cross. This is Jesus with a sword in his mouth, and he blazes with fire. And when he moves, it sounds like thunder. This is the Jesus we worship. This is Jesus, the creator and ruler of the universe. This is the huge and high and holy and lifted up Jesus. And he says, look, John says, look, pay attention. Don't miss him. Don't forget him. Be aware of him. Keep your eyes wide open and focused on him. Why? Because this book is the revelation from Jesus Christ himself.